I'm Dr. Richard Hoefer from the University of Texas at Arlington's School of Social Work. With strong support from the Hogg Foundation for Mental Health, I'm presenting information to help you learn more about the Recovery to Practice movement and what essential peer support skills are. The purpose of this training is to advance the goal of the Hogg Foundation Recovery to Practice grant program. We seek to enhance the implementation of recovery-oriented practice among behavioral health practitioners through participation in comprehensive discipline-specific training, including for social workers. This information will be helpful to anyone interested in learning about the recovery approach to improving mental health services, whether they are still students or are experienced practitioners. In this video, you'll learn the skills needed to work as a peer support specialist for individuals who have experienced psychiatric, traumatic, or substance use challenges. The likelihood of long-term recovery for those who have experienced psychiatric, traumatic, or substance use challenges is increased with effective peer support. Peer support has been found in research and practical application to be highly effective. A study by Sue Holtom in 2014 evaluated 10 different strength-based therapies designed to promote recovery. This study found 4 relationship categories that were a core part of all 10 therapies. These relationships varied in their involvement, but were critical to patient recovery and can be viewed as peer support. The 4 categories identified were professionals. This is the central relationship in building and maintaining a therapy. Peers. This consists of relationships with other service users. They enhance understanding of self through the ability to learn from someone further along in their recovery journey. Friends. Friends are a group of people assembled to help build support and understanding for a person in recovery. And fourth, family. This is seen as a person or a group of people learning to function more positively while encouraging the person in recovery. Social identities and social groups become emphasized in person-centered therapies, in which peer support becomes vital in helping individuals overcome severe mental distress and stigmas associated with diagnosis. Research and practice are increasingly finding effective recovery to be a social phenomenon. 12 core values of peer support have been identified by the International Association of Peer Supporters. They are: first, peer support is voluntary. It is mutual and reciprocal. It involves equally shared power. It's strengths-focused, it's transparent, and it's person-driven. In addition, peer supporters themselves are hopeful, open-minded, empathetic, respectful, facilitators of change, and honest and direct. Research and experience show that peer support specialists have a transformative effect on both individuals and systems. Peer support has been shown to improve the quality of life, improve engagement and satisfaction with services and supports, improve whole health, including chronic conditions like diabetes, decrease hospitalization and inpatient days, and reduce the overall cost of services. Peer support empowers people to make the best decisions for them and to strive towards their goals in their communities. Peers are an essential component of recovery-focused systems and are key across settings and stages of recovery. Peers are essential in promoting self-care for those in recovery. Self-care includes all the things we do for ourselves to stay well and to keep ourselves on the road to recovery. Self-care is an essential skill, especially in the work of peer supporters. Stress has detrimental effects on both our mental and physical health. Self-care reduces stress and allows us to enjoy life. Self-care teaches us to identify when we are stressed and what causes us stress. For example, events, people, places, or circumstances that increase personal stress. Self-care helps individuals create a lifestyle that minimizes stress while increasing healthy coping skills for when stress is unavoidable. The benefits of self-care include resilience in coping with mental health conditions and physical health conditions. Self-care helps with success on the job, better interpersonal relationships, and a longer, more satisfying life. These are related to feelings of happiness. Happiness is often fleeting. However, research has shown that adversity, such as dealing with addiction or a mental health condition, can actually help us learn to appreciate happiness more. This, in turn, helps to create an enjoyable life. How do you define happiness? Is it financial success? The accumulation of material possessions? Having a better appearance? Or being in a respected occupation? How we in society define happiness creates a problem in achieving it. Generally, if we view happiness as a thing to achieve, then when we reach it, we tend to set the bar higher and want more. This is referred to as the hedonic treadmill, where we are never satisfied because we seek more and more. These material possessions, financial success, and status account for only 10% of our ability to be happy once we reach a certain minimum threshold. 90% of our ability to be happy relates to our values, attitudes, and behaviors, things we can change. Research finds that happiness brings success, reversing the assumption that with success people will be happy. Let's look at the evidence-based components of happiness. Gratitude. By learning to recognize the good things in life and taking time to intentionally appreciate them, we can cultivate an attitude of gratitude that can lead us to evaluate our values in a way that can lead to a lifestyle change. Compassion. Performing acts of kindness is an important element of an enjoyable life. We gain pleasure from simple acts such as holding a door open for someone or just smiling at someone. More intentional and planned acts can bring greater levels of happiness. These acts may include volunteering, helping someone with chores, or giving a gift, especially handcrafted gifts or meals. Acts of kindness can include animals. Most people find it difficult to be depressed when they are petting a dog furiously wagging its tail in appreciation. These acts of kindness are not only appreciated by those receiving them, but as much or more by the giver. Many who perform acts of kindness report a helper's high as dopamine floods the central nervous system. This high can last a few minutes or even a few days if we intentionally act to keep the memories and feelings alive. Exercise. Walking, jogging, playing sports, or other physical activities are linked to our happiness. If we regularly plan to be active, it can be a most healthy habit. Although aerobic exercise that increases our heart rates and causes us to breathe deeply is best, even modest exercise offers considerable benefits. Mindfulness. Taking time for ourselves to be in a quiet, comfortable environment and think a single thought can help us reduce stress and teach us that we are indeed capable of controlling our thoughts and behavior. Unfortunately, our society values multitasking, which is often a significant contributor to stress. Reducing the number of tasks we perform and the thoughts we think, that is, simplifying our lives by prioritizing, can help us reduce stress, focus on important tasks, and live healthier, more satisfying lives. Diversity. Changing our routines, even slightly, can help us learn and take greater steps to create a different lifestyle. It's been said, life begins at the end of our comfort zones. Personal growth is fostered by trying new things, experimenting, and learning how even difficult life challenges can become opportunities for change and growth. Relationships. Relationships, especially those that are healthy and supportive, can lead to new support networks and opportunities to share activities with others. One researcher studied what persons with mental health conditions preferred to do for enjoyment. He discovered that most people cared little about the activity, but were more interested in having someone with whom they could share it. Studies have also shown that happy people attract other happy people. With a positive attitude, it appears you'll be more successful in attracting like-minded people. Humor. With practice, and perhaps with the help of good-natured friends and family, we can find humor in even the most difficult circumstances. The neighbor who complains about where you put your trash on pickup day, the boss who constantly nitpicks your work, or that cousin who jams your email account with social media requests or interactions that can be viewed with frustration. But with a slight shift in perspective, they can all be viewed in a humorous light. Humor is a great antidote to stress. Pick up a good joke book and learn some stupid jokes to share with others. Laughter is contagious. Meaning. Meaning in our lives is vital, and meaning is subjective. One may find birdwatching a meaningless activity, while others find it extremely meaningful. In our society, we value, maybe even overvalue, work. While many say bringing home a big paycheck is meaningful, others may not. Consider that couples with young children are, according to research, somewhat less happy than childless couples. Yet couples continue to have children. Why is that? It is because children bring meaning to our lives. Researchers, unfortunately, have not thoroughly addressed this happiness component, but if they did, they might find that children bring us much intrinsic happiness, which is difficult to measure. It's important to know that all of these components of happiness are intrinsic, and individuals have the ability to change how they deal with each and every one of these components. It takes long-term action to create an enjoyable lifestyle. For many with addiction or mental health history, intentional lifestyle change is new. What we see here is a checklist of enjoyable activities. It's been used in research that assisted individuals in understanding what they could do to create an enjoyable lifestyle. I'm just going to show a few examples from this much longer checklist. Researchers discovered that individuals who completed the checklist found it to be an enjoyable experience. It was pleasing to just think about activities which they enjoyed or might enjoy. A checklist can be a planning tool for self-care and show new activities for individuals to try or to reintroduce activities that they previously enjoyed. Here's a few examples from being out and about. You can go shopping. That's something many people find enjoyable. You might want to take a walk outdoors. You might meet new people, or go to a movie, a play, or a concert. Other examples to do during quiet time include listen to music, take photos, read, or meditate. If you want to do things with your family or friends, here are some examples. You could play cards. You could just hang out, look at videos. You could play sports. Or you might want to dance. Things that you can do anywhere and anytime are to sing, to exercise, watch other people, or perform an act of kindness. Because self-care is essential, the ability to plan for self-care for ourselves and to demonstrate good self-care planning for others is an important skill. There are a number of peer-created programs that can help identify self-care strategies that can not only be helpful for you, but can also be shared with those you support. Many of these programs provide support and instruction to create a plan for self-care, like the Wellness Recovery Action Plan, known as WRAP, Pathways to Recovery, This Is Your Life, Common Ground Personal Medicine Kit, and Whole Health Action Management, or WHAM. Links to these programs are provided right here. With any of these approaches, it can be helpful to work in a small group to identify self-care tools and techniques and to get new ideas to create action plans. Having a recovery buddy to share ideas with who will hold you accountable for following your self-care plans has also been helpful. To summarize, Mental health and substance recovery is social. Social relationships and social identities are critical in overcoming severe mental distress and the stigma that can accompany a diagnosis by focusing on what is positive rather than what is wrong. Peer support increases the likelihood of long-term recovery and is proven highly effective. An essential skill within peer support is self-care. Self-care reduces stress and increases an individual's ability to enjoy life while providing benefits of increased resiliency from mental and physical health conditions, greater success on the job, better interpersonal relationships, and a longer, more satisfying life. This concludes Module 1, What is Recovery to Practice? In the next video, you'll begin Module 2 and learn the 8 dimensions of wellness and how to apply them to areas of mental health and substance abuse.